What's up everybody and welcome to another edition of AGR's Pop Culture Reviews. I have to say, overall this has been a pretty good week. I've gotten a couple statues that I've been anticipating for a long time, one of them being the Samus statue, which we were waiting for 3 years. And this is another one that has definitely been on my radar in terms of incredible anticipation. Kate Kane is easily one of the more fascinating characters within the DC universe, and definitely one of my favorites. Now, of course, in the comic book world, there are always various individuals that don the mantle of a particular character, and this particular rendition made her comic debut in the New 52 issue number 7 and became an instant standout. Kate Kane wasn't just another pretty face for DC Comics, and she certainly wasn't your ordinary army brat. One of the interesting aspects that separates Kate Kane from other DC characters is that they were really able to explore her sexuality in an interesting way, which added a lot of layer, depth, and complexity to this character. Additionally, many of her storylines delve into the realm of the supernatural, which naturally opens up so many possibilities. So today we're going to be reviewing SideShow Collectibles' version of Batwoman, aka Kate Kane, the exclusive premium format statue. Let's take a closer look. Now, right out of the box, this one really impressed me in terms of the head sculpt. It's incredibly beautiful and a perfect recreation of what we see in the comics. The striking contrast between the pale white face is amazing. Thankfully, they got the lipstick just right. It's really now iconic and a signature of the character. The cowl is beautifully recreated here, and I love the way they sculpted the hair around it. Again, just like we see in the comics. And for me, the fact that they perfected those whited out eyes really cements this beautiful head sculpt overall. Now, this exquisite attention to detail also extends to the midsection and upper torso of this piece. Now, you'll notice that this one is actually a little more tactical looking than what we see in the comics, and it is wonderful. I really love the intricacy in her armor sets. If you'll notice, there's some wonderful texture here with that kind of solid black against that carbon fiber material, which looks great. And of course, there's those wonderful red accents that can be found throughout the costume, but most importantly is that iconic big red bat symbol that is really striking. Now, of course, no member of the Bat family would venture out into the night without their trusty utility belt, and here it is beautifully recreated. The color, of course, is very striking, and you gotta love that bat symbol in the middle for the buckle. Now, you guys know me, I'm truly a junkie for mixed media, so my only regret here is that this wasn't made out of fabric and it was sculpted instead. Now, the lower section of this piece is truly awe-inspiring, and I love the art direction and style here. Now, it's so subtle yet so powerful. The stance here is one of the best that I've seen. I love the fact that she's got one leg up and the other one just barely touching the base. Gives it this illusion that she's kind of floating over it, which is awesome. And of course, complementing everything, the beautiful sculpt on the boots. Now, I do want to draw your attention to the gauntlets here because I think they're really well done. Again, the color palette I can't say enough of, but if you'll notice, just take a look at how intricate that is. Look at her gloves and the way they seem to fuse into the costume. Now, if you did only order the collector's edition, this is what you get. It's basically a pistol / grapple gun, which is very intricately detailed, I have to admit. It's pretty well done. Now, the end tip of the grapple, it kind of warped a little bit, but overall it's well done. You just have to be very careful with it. Now, this is one instance where ordering the exclusive is totally worth it. If you did get the exclusive version, you get an extra pistol, one for each hand so that you can dual wield, which is awesome. They are intricately detailed, as I mentioned before. Now, my only criticism here is that the stock of these pistols aren't that beautiful solid red that we see in the grapple gun. But there's a trade-off there. You do get that beautiful red bat symbol in the middle. So there is a trade-off. I don't know, let me know what you guys think in the comments section. Now, this is definitely a piece that you want to mirror. If not for anything else, it's the beautiful reverse side of the hair sculpt, which looks fantastic, guys. I mean, just take a look at how well that is done. And then, of course, you have that excellent cape, which is fully malleable, it's very pliable, and you can really get some epic poses with it. I love the inner lining in that beautiful red, which is very striking. Towards the lower half, you really get a nice sense of the engineering that went into this piece and how well she connects to the base. I have to say, it's pretty remarkable here. Needless to say, this is definitely one you want to mirror if at all possible. Now, this is something that I rarely do, and this might even be a first for the show, but I thought it was important in order for you to understand how intricately sculpted this base is. Now, the perimeter or the diameter of the base is absolutely spectacular. There is so much detail there. This looks like actual stone, and I have to say, this thing is a brick. It is very solid. But what's most important is the inside of the base, and unfortunately the main piece really covers that up. But look at how intricately sculpted that is, and it's beautifully done. It's just a shame that the overall piece really hides it. And of course, there's a very small footprint here, which always works for me. Now underneath the base is really awesome. You have this wonderful image of Batwoman. Those contrasting colors, again, they really played that up. It does read the name of the character, Batwoman, SideShow Collectibles, and the number of your piece. Mine is 617 of 750 worldwide. And again, my only real regret here is that because this is the underside of the base, you don't get to see this. I wish they would have given you some lithograph or some kind of certificate of authenticity that shows this, so that you had the option of displaying it alongside the statue. You know, this piece is really perplexing to me, because the only reason that I'm complaining about it is that it's so badass that I wish they would have tweaked certain things to complement it even more. But it is definitely a holy grail piece, especially if you got the exclusive version, because that one is really the one that you want to own. Now unfortunately, the exclusive version is pretty much sold out, so if you guys have a chance to get the collector's edition, guys, get it now, because either way, it's still a badass statue. Now before I go, I just want to thank F&B Collectibles Incorporated for sponsoring today's video, and SideShow Collectibles for sending this wonderful piece over for review. Alright everybody, so that's my official review on SideShow Collectibles' version of Batwoman, aka Kate Kane, the exclusive premium format statue. As always, I thank you for tuning in, and I'll see you on the next AGR's Pop Culture Reviews.